Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star 2 episode number 19 based on novel. So let's start. Jiyu was stunned. Luo Feng's behavior was indeed beyond his expectation. His face changed drastically. This is disaster. While muttering in a low voice, Jiyu immediately rushed out. Don't panic, Lord Shuyu. My master is not such a reckless person. Morosa also stood up with a wine jug. He was calm and composed, not panicking at all. What is the master going to do? Mo Yukinyan's heart was tense. He had only been with the master for a short time, but the experience during this period was a bit too exciting. He hurriedly followed Morosa out. The guests in Menghua Tower were originally watching the fun, and when Jiao Wushui rode away on the three-sword sky-splitting beast, the guests began to return to their respective halls, thinking that the fun was over. Mai Wuqi himself was very relaxed and said with a smile, Jiao Wushui is so stupid that he is not worthy of being the commander of Huyang Guard. The commander of Huyang Guard appointed by my 5 major families must naturally protect my 5 major families, but he bit me back. When I go back, I will push this matter forward and find ways to get the city lord's mansion to deprive him of his position as commander. Such a fool is indeed not suitable to be the commander of Huyang Guard. The armored figure nodded. Brother Qianyu, thank you so much this time. Mai Wuqi said with a smile. Qianyu Cheng was an eternal true god attached to their Meiwu family. Qianyu Cheng helped him finish many things. At this moment, Luo Feng walked leisurely from a distance and was close in just a few steps. Huh? Mai Wuqi, Commander Qianyu, and the blue-haired man, Jiang Chengyu, all noticed the black-haired man with pointed horns who were approaching. Luo he was really too famous in Huyang City now. Lord Luohe. Jiang Chengyu shouted with a smile. Luo Feng came over and glanced at Mai Wuqi. I just heard that Mai Wuqi, you have ravaged and killed hundreds of millions of people in the Yu Kingdom. In Fangzhou City alone, you have abducted hundreds of millions of people? Such a heinous crime, according to the laws of the Yu Kingdom, you must be executed. When Mai Wuqi heard this, he immediately knew that the visitor had ill intentions. Lord Luohe, don't speak nonsense. Mai Wuqi said coldly. Commander Qianyu said it very clearly, these are all rumors and slander. Spreading rumors and slander? Luo Feng chuckled. There's no need to say these things in front of me. It's ridiculous. There are many eternal true gods in Huyang City who know about your affairs. How many eternal true gods have you taken the initiative to bring to see your Sin City? Mai Wuqi was stunned. He had indeed brought many eternal true gods to visit the city of Sin, and he had boasted about it. He thought to himself. Even if everyone in Huyang City knew about it, what could they do to him? And you can easily buy a lot of evidence against you at Yangfeng Guild Hall. What? Do you think Yangfeng Guild Hall will fabricate evidence and slander you? Luo Feng sneered. If you can make Yangfeng Guild Hall disregard its reputation and specifically slander you, I admire you. Mai Wuqi's face was gloomy. The Yangfeng Guild Hall's business spreads across most of the origin continent, and it values reputation the most. They didn't even bother to fabricate evidence of the God King's crimes, let alone some of Mai Wuqi's crimes. Luo he. What does my business have to do with you? Mai Wuqi stopped trying to defend himself and said, even if I did it, it's not your turn to meddle in my business. I can meddle in other people's business if I want to, and I can meddle in other people's business if I don't want to. Luo Feng said leisurely, it just so happens that I heard all your nonsense today. I think I should follow the laws of Yu State and send you off. Raw tilde. Commander Qianyu, who had been on alert, was shocked. The Legion Mechanical Secret Treasure, Purple Jade Hound instantly blocked Commander Qianyu and Mai Wuqi. The dark purple scales on the winding body of the Purple Jade Hound were shining. Luo he, what are you going to do? You want to kill the eternal true gods of the 5 major families directly in Huyang City without the trial of the city lord's mansion? Commander Qianyu shouted angrily. Mai Wuqi was shocked and angry. He had previously thought that the other party was just provoking him, but he didn't expect that he would openly say that he would give him a ride. Don't you care so much about the reputation of the City Lord's mansion? Back then, when Lord Zhejiang and the great Saint Beiyu fought, the great Saint Beiyu fled all the way and even swallowed up all the living beings in the large city, Yuerong City, in one gulp, just to absorb energy and restore his strength. My Wuchi shouted angrily, the number of living beings swallowed by the great Saint Beiyu at will is countless times more than that of my Sin City. Why don't you mind the business of the great Saint Beiyu? At this moment, the entire Menghualu noticed that there were more and more guests here. Shuyu, Menghua Lu Shu, and Mo Luosa were all watching not far away. Lord Shuyu, Lord Luoha, what are you going to do? The owner of Menghua Tower was a little panicked. I don't know. Shuyu shook his head. I can't control Lord Luoha either. In my opinion, with the commander of Huyang Guards, Chen Yuchong, here, things shouldn't get too serious. The owner of Menghua Tower nodded. Commander Chen Yu was able to control a Legion-type mechanical secret treasure, and his strength was also terrifying. The great sage Beiyu is still at large, yet you come to meddle in such a trivial matter of mine. My Wuchi was furious. The great Saint Beiyu is a Chaos Overlord-level being. I, an eternal true god, dare not interfere. Luo Feng said leisurely, but I can still take care of you, my Wuchi. I am the eternal true god, so what if I kill some weaklings? My Wuchi asked anxiously, isn't the law of the jungle everywhere in this world? Everyone has their weak moments. Luo Feng shook his head. When you, my Wuchi, were born, you were also very weak. If everyone was a predator, you would never grow up. My Wuchi was stunned. Even the low-intelligence alien beasts know to protect their young ones, but you keep saying the law of the jungle and slaughter the weak at will. You are worse than the alien beasts. Luo Feng shook his head. If the 5 major families know that I took action, they will surely thank me. As soon as the words fell. Not good. Commander Qianyu, who had been on guard the whole time, changed his expression slightly. He reacted instantly, and the huge mechanical secret treasure, Purple Jade Hound, expanded and crushed over, blocking Luo Feng's attack. Bang! Luo Feng stretched out his palm and slapped the huge body of the Purple Jade Beast. The Purple Jade Hound is a Legion-type mechanical secret treasure controlled by the top Eternal True God, Chen Yuchong, and 1,000 Void True Gods. In terms of individual strength, Chen Yuchong is naturally inferior to the Blood Python President Wu Yang. But with the help of thousands of Void True Gods and the Legion-type secret treasure, the power of this Purple Jade Hound is no less than that of the Blood Python President controlling the River of Life Blood. Boom tilde tilde tilde. The vibration caused by the collision between the palm and the scaly body of the Purple Jade Beast caused the entire Menghua Tower to tremble slightly. Fortunately, the Menghua Tower was also covered by a formation to maintain stability and safety everywhere. They're taking action. Chiyu and the owner of Menghua Tower were both shocked. My brother Luo He, even if you want to kill, you can assassinate. How can you do it directly in front of so many people? Chiyu was anxious. They, the third-party forces, would sometimes take shady actions, but they would do it quietly without leaving any evidence. The commander of Huyang Guard is right beside us, and this law her god is going to deal with the eternal true gods of the 5 major families? Menghua Tower Master felt her heart tremble, and even a little afraid. This was beyond her imagination. Luo He, you are really crazy. Commander Qianyu grabbed my Wuchi and instantly merged into the Purple Jade Beast. Brother My Wu, hide in the mechanical secret treasure, he can't hurt you. Commander Qianyu advised. He's crazy. He actually attacked me openly in Huyang City. My Wuchi was shocked and angry. He didn't believe that there really was an eternal true god in Huyang City who dared to attack him openly. Luo Feng's palm was blocked by Huyang Wei's mechanical treasure, Purple Jade Hound. The aftermath caused the Menghua Tower formation to lose power, and many onlookers in the distance retreated far away. Luo Feng looked at his palm, then at the huge Purple Jade Beast in front of him. Chen Yuchong, you dare to stop me? Luo He. The face of Commander Qianyu appeared on the surface of the huge Purple Jade Beast. He shouted angrily, I am the commander of the Huyang Guard. I was just watching from the side. You actually ignored the law and openly attacked the eternal true gods of the 5 major families. Are you going to go against the entire city lord's mansion? Seeing this, Jiang Chengyu, a blue-haired man standing nearby, said, Lord Luohe and Commander Qianyu, please calm down. We can talk about anything. Lord Luohe, Commander Qianyu, please calm down. The owner of Menghua Tower also spoke quickly. Things got out of hand. If a war breaks out between Lord Luohe and the Huyang Guard's Purple Jade Hound, the noise will be so loud that the entire Menghua Tower will be reduced to dust. Luohe, you ignored the law and acted recklessly. The City Lord's mansion will definitely punish you. The face of the Purple Jade Beast sneered, just wait for the punishment from the City Lord's mansion. Punish me? Luo Feng laughed loudly, and stretched out his right hand. His arm suddenly swelled, his divine power burned, and his aura surged. Jiang Chengyu, Zhu, the owner of Menghua Tower, and many guests who were watching from a distance felt depressed and terrified. Bold? Qianyu Chong had the help of thousands of void true gods and controlled the entire Purple Jade Hound to withstand this terrible attack. Luo Feng's arm suddenly grew thousands of feet long, and his palm became even larger, like a palm knife, containing the artistic conception of life and death knife. When the tip of his finger touched the purple scales of the Purple Jade Beast's body like a knife tip, it seemed to penetrate through mud, and it penetrated into it. When Luo Feng's palm was blocked before, Luo Feng realized the strength of this Purple Jade Hound and estimated that it was comparable to that of the Blood Python president. With the perfect divine body that had been refined twice, he could use the divine power of destruction and burning inherited from the God King level to tear the Purple Jade Beast into pieces with his bare hands. Crash! He stretched his hand into the body of the Purple Jade Beast, and when he withdrew his hand, Luo Feng had already grasped Qianyu Chong in his palm. When the leader, Qianyu Chong, was captured, the entire mechanical secret treasure, Hu, lost its controller and naturally collapsed, scattering, and thousands of void true gods and Mai Wuqi fell out. Thousands of fallen void true gods were a little panicked. When they saw Commander Qianyu Chong being grabbed by a hand, they could only tremble with fear. How can this Lord Luohe be so strong? Even with the help of the mechanical secret treasure, Purple Jade Hound, we are no match for him. Without the Purple Jade Hound, he might just blow his breath and we'll all be killed. These void true gods instinctively retreated to a distance, and even went into the group of guests. In the past, they were the respected Huyang guards when patrolling in Huyang City. But now, they just hoped that Luohe would not vent his anger on them. Mai Wuqi, who fell out, couldn't believe it. This is the Purple Jade Hound, one of the 10 mechanical secret treasures of Huyang Guard. How could it be penetrated by a palm? It's over, it's over. While feeling unbelievable in his heart, Mai Wuqi did not dare to hesitate. He burned his divine power and ran for his life. He had never run away so wildly in his life. Whoosh! A huge palm swept past in an instant and covered Mai Wuqi. No! A stick-like weapon appeared in Mai Wuqi's hand, and he tried to resist the huge hand with thunder and lightning. But the huge hand came over and touched him, and grabbed him. The stick couldn't even hurt Luo Feng's palm skin. Luo Feng stood still, his hands had been retracted and shrunk to normal size. Qianyu Chong and Mai Wuqi in his palms were also suppressed and shrunk, like 2 small toys in his palms. At this moment, Jiang Chengyu, Zhu, Meng Hualu and many other guests, including Luo Feng's servants Mo Yu Qingyang, were all looking at the scene in front of them in shock. This scene had a huge impact on their hearts. I originally planned to kill only Mai Wuqi, but now I have captured 2. Luo Feng looked down at the 2 little guys in his hands. Luohe, I am the commander of Huyang Guard. Do you want to kill a commander of Huyang Guard in Huyang City? Qianyu Chong looked up at the huge Luo Feng. Lord Luohe, I was wrong, it's all my fault. The captured Mai Wuqi was terrified and said anxiously, I am willing to apologize. I am willing to do anything you need me to do. As long as you can forgive me. Qianyu Chong and Mai Wuqi were both very uneasy at the moment. At this moment, the 5 major families in the city lord's mansion were equally anxious. They monitored the entire city, and Luo Feng did not use a small universe to isolate the investigation, so they could see the whole process clearly. They saw the scene where Luo Feng penetrated the mechanical treasure, Purple Jade Hound, with one hand. What a Luo he! He can crush the Purple Jade Hound head-on. What should we do now? He has captured Chen Yuchong and Mai Wu Qi. The top leaders of the 5 major families also knew that the situation was urgent. Commander Mo Li, please take action. At this time, Commander Mo Li must take action to stop Luo He. A senior official in the city lord's mansion immediately sent a message to Mo Lixiao. I'm not suitable to take action. Mo Lixiao refused. Mo Lixiao's status is too high. He is one of the most powerful people in the entire city lord's mansion. Even the city lord cannot force him to take action. The officials of the city lord's mansion had no choice but to dispatch one of the Huyang Legions, Black Nether Legion, to take action. I can take action, but I'm not sure I can stop Luo He. The Black Nether Legion General Chiu Yi responded. Hurry, hurry, set off quickly. People from the city lord's mansion urged. On the Menghua Tower side, many onlookers watched from afar, and did not dare to get involved. They were afraid that the 5 major families would take their anger out on Huyang City. The 5 major families were the sky. Luo Feng's behavior at this moment did stimulate them. Luo Feng looked down at the 2 little guys in his hands and said, Chen Yuchong, I found that your name was mentioned many times in the evidence of my Wuchi's crimes. You helped him catch the true god, you helped him clean up the traces, you did so many things for him. Chen Yuchong was shocked. As an eternal true god attached to the Meiwu family, he did help the Meiwu family do a lot of dirty work. He also helped Meiwuchi catch many true gods. After all, Meiwuchi himself did not do things cleanly enough and was prone to making mistakes. Meiwuchi, if you want to kill a large number of true gods, just do it secretly. Why do you have to bring so many friends to visit the city of Sin, making it known to everyone in Huyang City? Now you have even offended this Lord Luohe, and he has caused me even more trouble. Chen Yuchong was filled with grief and indignation. As my Wuchi's accomplice, according to the laws of the Yu Kingdom, you must also be executed. Luo Feng said. Lord Luohe, I know you hate evil, I am just a subordinate of the Meiwu family. Chen Yuchong said anxiously, I also grew up step by step from the wild tribe. Please spare my life. I will never be an accomplice again. I captured those true gods in the past because Meiwuchi asked me to do it. Chen Yuchong, I dare not publicly arrest so many true gods. It was you who helped me find a solution, and it was you who helped me. Now all these sins are pushed onto my head. Meiwuchi shouted, Lord Luohe, I? Luo Feng held Meiwuchi's palm, and his divine power penetrated into him, making Meiwuchi speechless. Chen Yuchong, I'm telling you all this so that you can die clearly. Luo Feng said as he grasped Chen Yuchong's hand and exerted a little force. The force then penetrated Chen Yuchong's body and destroyed his true god heart. Chen Yuchong widened his eyes. At this moment he only felt wronged. Chen Yuchong worked hard and climbed up step by step to the high position of one of the 10 commanders of Huyangwei. But who would have thought that he would encounter such an unscrupulous Lord Luohe who ignored the face of the 5 major families and was so powerful that he was frighteningly strong. He was actually implicated and died here. Huh. Luo Feng instantly put Chen Yuchong's body into the Star Tower. The corpse still needs to be collected properly and not wasted. Morosa, who was far away, saw this scene and immediately grinned. He said telepathically, Thank you, Master. Please leave Meiwuchi's body to me. Meiwuchi's bloodline must be extraordinary, and the absorption effect must be very good. The master and the servant were both very calm. But the onlookers around, including Meiwuchi who was in Luo Feng's other hand, couldn't remain calm. Really killed him. The commander of Huyang Guard was killed just like that. Zhu Jiang Chengyu, the owner of Menghua Tower, Mo Yu Qingyang and a large number of guests held their breath, and thousands of void true god-level Huyang guards in the distance were also trembling with fear. This Luo, her divine lord, is extremely domineering. Lord Luo don't care about life and death, just do it when you say so. I've heard that there are some fierce people who dare to kill even the royal family and the Chaos clan. Today I have learned a lot. The guests who can come to Menghualu to consume usually have some background and come from various forces in the city. At this moment, they are watching the progress of things carefully and quickly passing back the large amount of information they see. The onlookers had their own ideas, but my Wuchi, who was caught in Luo Feng's palm, was really panicked. Watching his accomplice Chen Yucheng die, my Wuchi already felt that death was approaching. He was extremely anxious. Lord Luo, as long as you spare me, everything will be fine. I will do anything. Boom, it came along with a terrifying wave. Luo Feng looked up and saw a huge spherical fortress appearing in the night sky. The spherical fortress was absorbing energy and light like a black hole, and its power was quite terrifying. The Black Nether Legion, one of the 10 major legions of Huyang. Luo Feng recognized the visitor. The Huyang Legion is much stronger than the Huyang Guard. For example, the Huyang Guard, Purple Jade Hound, just now is only comparable to the Blood Python President, while the Huyang Legion is much stronger. Any unit of the Huyang Legion can suppress the Blood Python President in a head-on fight. It is easy to suppress, but difficult to kill. It was only because he met Luo Feng that President Blood Python was unable to escape. Lord Luo, please stop. A three-eyed face appeared on the surface of the spherical fortress. Mei Wuchi is the eternal true god of the Meiwu family. Even if it violates the law, there must be a punishment from the City Lord's mansion. You can't do it. Can the City Lord's mansion sentence him to death? Luo Feng asked. The three-eyed face on the surface of the spherical fortress spoke up. Lord Luo, you have made a big fuss. The City Lord's mansion cannot be too partial no matter what. Even if my Wuchi doesn't die, he will be severely punished. Severe punishment won't work, he must die. Luo Feng grinned and looked at my Wuchi in his palm. Please spare my life, please spare my life. My Wuchi said anxiously. Lord Luo, you have killed a commander of the Huyang Guard in the city without going through the trial of the City Lord's mansion. If you publicly kill another eternal true god of the 5 major families, you will be stepping on the faces of the 5 major families. You have to consider the consequences, said the three-eyed face on the surface of the spherical fortress. What are the consequences? Luo Feng said leisurely, General Chiu Yi of the Black Nether Army, my Wuchi must die today. If you stop him, you should think about the consequences. The three-eyed face on the surface of the spherical fortress looked at the collapsing purple jade hound in the distance and understood the consequences of the obstruction. Chen Yucheng stopped him. Chen Yucheng is dead. This Luo, he is too fierce. His strength is probably no less than Xu Yun. General Chiu Yi said silently. He had also dealt with the leader of the Food Kingdom, Xu Yun. The City Lord's mansion tried every possible means. Mo Lixiao took action personally and even mobilized the Huyang city's large formation for assistance. He fought with Xu Yun several times, but was unable to do anything to Xu Yun. And now? General Chiu Yi felt that Luo he was no less powerful than Shui Yun. Even if multiple legions act together under the leadership of Mo Lixiao, I'm afraid they won't be able to stop Luo he. General Chiu Yi thought to himself, this my Wuchi is too crazy. He has committed heinous crimes and is afraid that the world will not know about it. He has dragged too many eternal true gods to visit. This is why the disaster happened today. General Chiu Yi, save me, save me. My Wuchi was shouting in Luo Feng's palm. He is watching you, and the City Lord's mansion is also watching you at this moment. Luo Feng looked at my Wuchi in his palm, but no one can save you. Whoever dares to save you, I will kill him. Anyone who dares to save you shall also die. Luo Feng spoke this word by word. All the onlookers were listening, and the senior executives who were monitoring at the City Lord's mansion also heard it. Some were angry, some were gloomy, and some shook their heads and sighed. But no one tried to stop it. Die? Luo Feng looked at my Wuchi in his palm, and the invisible illusion instantly drowned the terrified my Wuchi's consciousness. This illusion was the forbidden move, 9 Nightmares Kill, that Luo Feng had learned from the 9 Nightmares realm. The huge illusion created by Luo Feng's mind and will, which had reached the peak level of Chaos Overlord, and the extremely ruthless forbidden move he used, was unimaginably powerful. My Wuchi was overwhelmed with resources along the way, so his mind and will were naturally quite fragile, and he completely sank in an instant. Don't you like torturing countless lives? You should also have a taste of this feeling. When you become the tortured, do you still like it? With just one thought, Luo Feng took my Wuchi into the Star Tower. In one of the empty floors of the Star Tower, my Wuchi lay there, trembling in pain and screaming in fear. My Wuchi, who had always been pampered, had a very average mental endurance. The illusion forbidden move, 9 Nightmares, was too powerful under the control of Luo Feng's mental will and the perfect divine power. My Wuchi was in agony and torture, and his consciousness collapsed and he died in just over 10 breaths. The will of the soul is so weak. Luo Feng was conscious and observed everything going on. He expected my Wuchi to be such a waste. Inside Menghua Tower, my Wuchi is dead. Master Menghua, Juyu, Jiang Chengyu and others all received the latest bounty mission pushed by the Dark Hall of Yangfeng Guildhall. The bounty offered for my Wuchi was only 20,000 cosmic sands. The 5 major families didn't care about this bounty. However, at this moment, the bounty mission was completed. Apparently, Yangfeng Hall has confirmed that my Wuchi is dead. My Wuchi was really killed. Chiyu and the others felt mixed emotions. There are only about 10 eternal true gods in each of the 5 major families. These 50 eternal true gods with extraordinary bloodlines are the core high-level officials of the entire Huyang City, and they rule Huyang City. And my Wuchi is one of them. Luo Feng killed the leader of Huyang Guard, which had a bad impact. But if he killed my Wuchi, other high-ranking officials would naturally feel grief. If he killed my Wuchi today, could he kill them tomorrow as well? Lord Luoha, I can't stop you. The 3-eyed face that emerged from the spherical fortress in the sky sighed, but you killed my Wuchi, you really did the wrong thing. Tell the 5 major families, whoever wants to take action, just come, I will take it on. Luo Feng looked up into the sky. The spherical fortress didn't say anything more. The invisible force wrapped up the scattered purple jade hound. After putting away the purple jade hound, it shuttled through the void and left directly. Luo Feng watched this scene. I've killed them all. I feel relieved. Luo Feng smiled and walked towards Xu Yu. Brother Xu Yu, do you have the courage to continue drinking with me? This video will end here.